Hey guys, how y'all doing? And welcome back to the channel. I'm David and I fix RVs. Now if this RV looks familiar to you, that's because I have filmed a couple of videos here. We've done quite a bit of work in this RV. We upgraded the water heater and we redid all of the plumbing in here. Also, we swapped out the sink taps in the kitchen and the bathroom, and we got rid of the black tank on this RV and we hard piped it. So the black and the gray water are going straight to a septic tank. There are no tanks anymore. I'll show you guys a little bit of that stuff. That's actually not why I'm here right now. I'm actually here for a callback. Unfortunately, I'll throw something up on screen so you can see what we're dealing with, and also you can see my professional response. Okay, let's get started. Now, we did not winterize this RV. We should have winterized this RV. But basically, nobody was living in here. The heaters were not turned on, and, so it got really cold in here. We had a couple of weeks here in Washington State where it got down, I think into the 20s. And it always gets colder inside these RVs if there's nothing turned on. I'm sure it got down into the teens in here. This faucet sprung a leak. Originally we talked about swapping this faucet out for a different faucet, but I don't think that would make any difference. I think any faucet would have frozen up. And we looked this up online, and this particular faucet has over 2,000 5-star reviews. So I think we're just going to go ahead and reinstall the same faucet. And next winter, we will be ready with either we're going to winterize this RV, or we're going to just make sure that they have some heaters running. We've already talked about all that. So for now, let's just get started changing out this faucet. I've got everything disconnected down underneath. I should be able to slide this thing out. And this is my replacement faucet. Like I said before, this is exactly the same faucet that we had in there. I do like it. It's a really nice looking faucet. Kind of swivels around, and you got your hot and your cold here. All right, let's get this faucet installed. So now that that's slid in there, I have to put this lock nut on. Then it has these little set screws on here too that just gives it some more stability. All right, I'm going to go turn on the water and see if we have any leaks. You guys see anything? Let's turn on the water. No pressure yet. Well, that's not leaking. Let's see. Well, I do not see any leaks. I think we're doing good here. We had another problem though, like you read in that text message earlier. The water did flood out here, so this carpet in the bathroom is wet, and the carpet in the bathroom is wet as well. So what I did is I brought well, I haven't done it yet, but I did bring a dehumidifier with me. I'm going to set that up in the bathtub in there, and we're just going to let that run for about a week just to pull all the moisture out of this RV. So I'm going to go grab that, and then we'll get that set up next. I picked up a dehumidifier on my way here. This is the one I'm going with, and we're going to let this thing run for about a week. And I don't think we're going to have to worry about emptying the water container down there. I'm going to set this up in the bathtub, and hopefully I can find a way to just let it drain right into the bathtub. I haven't read the instructions, but there is a drain plug back here. I'm assuming that if I pull that, it'll just drain right into the tub, but I am going to do a little bit of reading just to confirm. I've got the unit setting in the tub here, and we actually installed this new outlet down here. So originally there were no outlets in the bathroom, but I'm about to make use of that right now. Cataracts aren't letting me read that. I think it says low-high filter, I'm not sure. But it's running. Okay, I'm going to go do some reading. Let's see, it says there is some stuff stored in this draining container down here. I'll pull this out and see what's up with this. Definitely do have some parts stored in here. I don't feel anything else in there. Alright, some kind of foam pad right here, and this must be for the feet. I'll put them on, but we don't actually need those while it's in the bathtub. I got to read up on, find out what these things are for here, these little foam pads. I don't know if they're important or not. And this is the drain container that hopefully we'll be able to bypass, like I say, let this thing just have it drain straight into the bathtub. Well, it does say that plug was for a drain hose, but since we're in a bathtub, I don't need to actually attach a hose to that. We're just going to leave that open, and as far as I can tell, that should just drain straight into the bathtub. So the dehumidifier is running. It was at about 48% humidity when I first turned it on. It's down to 38 now, so I think that confirms that moisture is being pulled from the room. We did put a new OBD valve in this tank here too. It had a slow leak. That was a lot of fun getting that out of there. I should have filmed it. This is what we did underneath here too, where we tied basically the black tank and then the gray tank line together. You know, they kind of tee in together right over there and then come straight out. And then just heads out that direction towards their septic tank. There is one downside to this setup. I'll show you that real quick. So it is recommended that when you get rid of your black tank, you should also upgrade, at least in my opinion, to a residential toilet. The residential toilets, normally what they have, they got this big container, you know, on the back here that's just full of water that helps you to get all that, you know, everything all the way out. But since they don't have a residential toilet, you know, what we talked about is we just want to make sure that we fill this toilet all the way up pretty much every time you flush, just to make sure it gets going, you know. You just let go of the handle. But yeah, they're probably going to have to do that a couple of times just to make sure everything washes down the line. But it would be a lot better if they had a residential toilet. Every time you flush the toilet, the water has to make it all the way through this line and, you know, through here, and then all the way out there. That's a long way to travel. So obviously that's going to require quite a bit of water to make that happen. And, that would just, force a couple of gallons down the drain every time you flush. So that's the only downside to this setup. If you guys ever do this, maybe consider upgrading to a residential toilet. But I say if not, just make sure you use plenty of water every time you flush. Fill it up 2-3 times. And we've already talked to the homeowners about this, so they know the drill. And nobody's living in this RV. This RV is just it's for guests only. And say if family members want to come over, and if they clog the toilet up, they can always call me and I'll come take care of it. Okay, let's fire this thing back up, and it's about time to get out of here. It's down to 35% humidity. That's good. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.